is 5 something in the morning. I've been good Lord, I can't talk. I've been up since like 2 or 3. Can't remember. The last 24 hours has been mentally and emotionally a lot. That looks like it's about to come out of the wall. Until it does. I lost a brother earlier this year. And so grief, hits you out of nowhere. At least that's what I can only assume is the reason why yesterday just felt off. And I saw this post on Instagram. It said it makes you human. Doesn't make you human, but it's a human thing to be overwhelmed, overstimulated by the grief, and when you're able to experience grief and gratitude at the same time, which I will say, I do feel like I have a lot of gratitude, and I'm thankful for how I've seen the Lord work and how he's grown me through all of this or whatever, but it also sucks. Like, the anger that I feel at times, which, like, there's times when I just feel sad, just like really sad. And then there's times when I just feel really angry. Now, last night I was in my car, because that's what I typically do, is I'll sit in my car after I get home for like hours. And I'll talk to the Lord, and I'll just debrief the day, especially if I've been around people a lot or whatever, just having that space to myself. And I was in my car last night crying and angry and just talking to the Lord, just like, what is happening right now, Lord? Like, what do I do with all of these feelings? But in my head, I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, and I probably should do this, or I could just do this, or none of that got done. I came into the house, I warmed up some leftover pizza, and I was gonna do homework. That didn't happen. I turned on New Girl, because that is my comfort show. And then Rico, I be neglecting Rico, not gonna lie. He is very clingy, so he needs a lot of attention, which is crazy for someone like me, because I'm like, that is not what I signed up for when I got this cat. But I do love him, and so I was just like, let me stop being like this to him, and so we just chill together, and then I end up falling asleep in my clothes. Then wash my face, then brush my teeth, fell asleep with the lights on, New Girl playing. I wake up, and I was like, I think I went to sleep at maybe like 8 or 9, probably more so like 9 something, but yeah, I woke up again at like 12 something, and then I woke up. I got woken up by Rico vomiting on my bed. And that's when I just couldn't go back to sleep. And I've been scrolling on multiple forms of social media. I went from YouTube to Instagram to TikTok to, all of them. And now I'm about to do something very random. I haven't worked out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I worked out. I really can't. And here's the thing, like, one of the things I was thinking about in the car when I was crying and everything is like grieving, not just the loss of my brother, but grieving who I used to be. And, you know, I've been trying to kind of like, I guess, yeah, just grieving that, like, I can't go back to being her. I used to be motivated to work out because I wanted to get back to the way that the shape that I like in the physical shape and stamina that I had when I was in the Navy. That was like my motivation when I look back at pictures. But I don't, like, that's not enough to motivate me. That doesn't motivate me anymore. Like, the reality is, like, I'll never be her again. And now the scary part is, like, I have to kind of, it feels like I have to relearn myself, or like learn this new version of myself and learn what motivates me, what I know my why. I won't get into that, but it's just, yeah, just not being motivated by the things that used to motivate me, not being inspired by the things that used to inspire me. I don't know how to explain it. All I know is, like, it's a lot going on in here, and just in existing right now. Existing is just a lot right now, in all honesty. And so I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna keep these clothes on because I'm about to work out in my garage, and I know it's gonna be cold in there. So judge me if you want to, but your girl finna go get this workout in because I need to exert some energy and some aggression, that limit. So day one of getting, I want to call it something, but I'm not going to call it, I don't know what to call it yet. Day one though. Day one of something. Day one of something. We made it to work this morning. As you can see, I'm eating some plain yogurt because your girl can't find her granola. That bothers me. I thought I was gonna have enough time after I worked out to like make some eggs or something to get some protein, but I was thinking about whether or not I'm gonna actually post. I watched it back, bro. This whole video gonna be comical to me. It is comical. Sharing this journey, whatever this journey consists of, as far as starting this ministry and just sharing what I've learned, what I am learning, and what I will learn in my walk with the Lord. Is the whole purpose of all of this. And I think that, as embarrassing as it is, to show myself looking like that, it's the reality of life. Like, not just in the sense of looking busted in the morning, but like pursuing God's will for your life and his purpose, and taking each step is not, it doesn't look like, oh, this big, you doing this huge decision or you accomplishing this huge task or whatever, or objective. It's choosing to rejoice even though your circumstances, even though you're not there yet. It's choosing to rejoice in who God is, and it's choosing to, like in the video of me going from me working out, like that was me actively fighting depression pretty much, because it's like I said, it's been a minute since I worked out, and my whole normal routine, like I said, I normally would wash my face and brush my teeth before I go to bed. That didn't happen last night. So it's like, all of that to say, or my point in saying all of that is like, it's the little decisions. It's those moments that people don't normally see. And in me sharing what those little moments look like for me, hopefully it'll encourage somebody else. Like, oh, it doesn't have to look as, it's not as extravagant as it might look, because, you know, typically on social media, people show the big moments, but we don't get to see the behind the scenes. We don't get to see what led up to that. And I hope to be consistent in showing that in this journey. Yeah, I was watching the video back, and I'm like watching myself work out, and like I said, I only did one round of that workout, and then I did the walking, and that's a start. It's better than nothing. I feel very good. I feel much better than I felt last night. I am tired though, because clearly, like I said, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, or I didn't get as much sleep as I intended to, due to some complication. So I'm gonna crash at some point today. I just know that. I've been writing out passages of scripture that I've just been kind of like, it's part of like me meditating on it as I write it out, so that I like am hearing and processing every single word. Been writing out Proverbs 3. Sometimes I just be camping out on some passages. And Proverbs 3 is the one we're camping out on. Y'all, I'm so hungry. I had 3. I know this is not what you're supposed to eat after a workout, but it's what we had time for. Okay, so I just ate 3 Little Caesars breadsticks and that yogurt, bro. Ugh. As for the rest of my day, like I said, do my devotions, then do these cues, and then get to editing these videos. And Lord willing, we'll get some homework done today. Lord willing, we'll get some homework done today.